previous class I taught you the electric field due to dipole moment on axial position and on equatorial position. Today I will teach you the dipole in a uniform electric field. Dipole in a uniform electric field. Uniform electric field can be shown by parallel lines equally spaced. So you know what is dipole? Dipole is a system of two equal and opposite charges placed at some distance. So let a dipole is in a uniform electric field, plus q at this point and minus q here, and separation is 2L or 2A. So force on plus q charge will be in this direction and force on minus q charge will be in this direction. Means the force on positive charge in direction of electric field E, that is QE, and on negative charge it is QE but opposite to electric field. So net force on the dipole in a uniform electric field is 0. But there is a torque experienced by the dipole. So we will find the expression for the torque. You know what is torque? Torque denoted by this tau is equal to force, one of the force, because there are two equal and opposite force. They want to rotate the dipole. They will make a couple, and couple has a torque, and torque is given by one of the force multiplied by perpendicular separation between them. Force multiplied by perpendicular distance between these forces. It is the magnitude of the torque. So force here is QE and perpendicular distance, let it is making an angle theta with the electric field. So perpendicular distance will be this. Suppose it is D. So you know D upon 2L. Perpendicular upon hypotenuse, it will give sin theta. So D is equal to 2L sin theta. QE into 2L sin theta. So you can write Q2L E sin theta. So you will get Q2L, you know, dipole moment. Dipole moment in previous class, you know, that it is the product of either of the charge multiplied by distance between them. So it is denoted by P. It is PE sin theta. And in vector form we can write PE sin theta n cap. N cap is the unit vector which show the direction of torque. And in this way you can also write torque is equal to P cross E. And the magnitude of this torque is PE sin theta. What is the direction of torque? Because we know that the quantity which comes after cross product of two vector quantity, then quantity which we obtain is perpendicular to both. So torque is perpendicular to P as well as E, means torque is perpendicular to dipole moment as well as electric field. So when the dipole moment is maximum, when the torque is maximum, so as we know P and E are constant, So theta will change only. So if sin theta has maximum value, then torque will also max, and sin theta is maximum when theta is equal to 90 degree. So P sin 90, it will be P, and minimum torque when theta is 0 degree, P sin 0, it will be P 0. And when dipole moment and electric field are anti-parallel to each other, P is anti-parallel, then theta will be 180 degree. So torque will equal to P sin 180 degree, and sin 180 degree is 0, so it is 0. Sin 90 plus 90, it will be cos 90, so it is 0. So when any dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, it will experience 0 force, so it has no translatory motion. Torque will not, dipole will not have any translatory motion, but it has rotatory motion due to torque. Now we can also find the work done to rotate the dipole in a uniform electric field. Let us work done to rotate the dipole. Let it is the uniform electric field. Initially a dipole is at angle theta, so it will experience a torque P sin theta. So let me want to rotate it with very small angle d theta. Then in rotational motion, the work done is torque d theta. As in translatory motion, the work done is force into displacement. So in rotatory motion, in rotational motion, torque is analog of force and angular displacement is analog of displacement. So torque d theta in place of force torque and d theta in place of angular displacement. So work done is integral. Let me rotate it from angle theta 1 to theta 2. Now put the value of torque. It will be P sin theta d theta. So you know P, and integral of sin theta is minus cos theta. If we put minus, we can take outside the bracket and take the limit cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, or we can write in this way P cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So now what is the potential energy of the dipole? Potential energy of dipole can be defined as the work done to rotate the dipole from when the dipole is initially at 90 degree to some angle theta. In diagram I can show you that initially dipole in this way, we rotate it with some angle theta. So now the work done will be potential energy. Initial angle is 90 and final angle some theta. So it will be cos 90 0, you know, it will be minus P cos theta. Thus we can find the potential energy. For the stable equilibrium of dipole in a uniform electric field. For the stable equilibrium, the potential energy should be minimum. The potential energy should be minimum and torque will also minimum. So when first case, for stable equilibrium, what is stable equilibrium? If we disturb the dipole a little bit, then it will gain again the same position. For it, torque should be minimum, so theta should be 0 degree and torque will be 0 and potential energy will be minimum also, that is cos 0 minus P. Minus P is the minimum. Theta is 0 means P is parallel to, dipole moment is parallel to electric field. Second type of equilibrium is unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium is that if we disturb the dipole a little, then it will not regain its original position. For that, potential energy should be maximum and torque will be 0. For that, dipole moment is anti-parallel to electric field, means theta is equal to 180. Now we will perform some numericals based on dipole moment. Question number 10 in your textbook, that an electric dipole with dipole moment 4 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb meter. Dipole moment denoted by P, this is equal to 4 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb meter, is aligned at 30 degree with the direction of uniform electric field of magnitude 5 into 10 power 4 Newton per coulomb. So electric field here is 5 into 10 to the power 4 Newton per coulomb and angle is 30 degree. Question is, calculate the magnitude of the torque acting on the dipole. So you know the formula of torque, P sin theta, it is the magnitude. So P 4 into 10 to the power minus 9 is 5 into 10 to the power 4 and it is sin 30. So you will get 20 into 10 to the power minus 5 into half. Value of sin theta is half. Then you will get 10 into 10 to the power minus 5 joule. Unit of torque is joule or Newton meter. So it will be 10 to the power minus 4 and to the power minus 4 joule. And second question, that is question number 8 in your textbook. A system has two charges, QA is equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb and QB is minus 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, located at point 0 0 minus 15 and B 0 0 plus 15 respectively. What are the total charge and electric dipole moment of the system? So dipole is in this way. 0 0 15 and 0 0 minus 15. So length of the dipole being 2L, we denote here the length by 2L, it is 30 centimeter or 0.3 meter. So you want to find the dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is Q into 2L. So here Q is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 and separation is 0.3. So it will be 0.75 into 10 to the power minus 7 or 7.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 Coulomb meter. And net charge will be 0 because one is plus and another is minus. Now another topic I will take here, that is electric flux. You know first what is electric field? Qualitatively definition of electric field, the total number of electric field lines passing through any area perpendicular to that. That is electric field. Electric field is a vector quantity. Now another term there is electric flux. Electric flux is defined as the total electric field lines. Total electric field lines passing through any area normal to it. It is denoted by phi and it is a scalar quantity. And phi is the total number of electric field lines. So electric field is the total number of electric field lines passing through unit area normal to it. So if we multiply it by area, so first one term I will discuss here, area vector. Sometimes we take area as a vector quantity and its direction is normal to that surface. Suppose this is the surface, palm is the surface. So if we draw a perpendicular to it will be the direction of area vector. So it is the area vector. Suppose we take very small element ds, its area vector is ds n cap, and electric field is in this direction. So electric flux d phi will be the dot product of the electric field vector, electric field intensity. We say electric field intensity as electric field. So electric field intensity dot product of ds n cap. You know E vector into n cap ds. It is E, its magnitude is E, n cap magnitude is, because it is a unit vector, so its magnitude is 1. So it will be E cos theta ds. So we can write E ds cos theta. So if flux for entire surface will be surface integral ds cos theta, or we can write in this way E dot ds. Theta, here theta is the angle between area vector and electric field. The unit of electric flux, we know that electric flux is equal to E into area. So E, unit of E is Newton per Coulomb and its unit is meter square. Unit of area is meter square. So it is Newton meter square Coulomb inverse. and we know E is V upon D. Another unit of flux we can find into area. So its unit is volt and D is meter and it is meter square. Its unit can also be voltmeter. Or we can write V. So voltmeter and Newton meter square per coulomb may be unit of electric flux.